Whenever I tweet you or tweet about Me Too or tweet anything that's, anti-rape, which apparently is a radical position in some circles, people say that you are part of, this movement to destroy men, or sometimes they say to destroy black men. They say that Tarana Burke is an enemy to black people and black men. When you hear stuff like that, I know there's a political answer and I want to hear that, but there has to also be a personal answer to that. How do you feel when you're framed that way?
The personal answer is this: it's the most heartbreaking thing that I've experienced in the last 4 years. And you know me, right? Like, know me. I consider you a brother. And hear people say me, I'm the blackest person people know. I've spent my life committed to black people.
Literally.
Right? And everything, I bleed red, black, and green. You think I would do anything that would jeopardize my community? But at the same time, if there are people in the community that are trying to harm others in the community, they should be accountable for that. So yes, I want to say, if there are black men in the community or black women in the community, anybody in the community that wants to harm other people, we have to call that out. Accountability to me is another form of love. And if we really love our people, then we have to be willing to hold them accountable when they harm us. I'm not going to die on the hill of just black just for the sake of being black, because every brother ain't a brother. And if you think that I'm not going to call out an R. Kelly, who is a serial predator in our community, because he's black, that's a problem. Because who will speak for the black women? Who will speak for the black children? I love black people. I love black people, full stop. I love black men, full stop. And because I love black men and because I love black people, I'm okay with holding us accountable. But it's painful for people to say I'm an enemy to black men. Absolutely not.
I keep looking up Tarana Burks, trying to find some decent information on her, and I just get the usual, cut and paste biography. So, I don't know, I'm going to say that she's not foundational and shit, okay? I'm going to say that just for starters. And it's important as shit because know, as we know, they've for years used non-foundational blacks to infiltrate our ethnic group and sow dissension and just push all these social programs and it's COINTELPRO level bullshit. So I'm just gonna push it up. And then I keep, don't judge me, but I keep looking up for information on her supposed sexual assault and I can't find the goddamn thing. I can't find the goddamn thing. I know that. And I looked up, her boyfriend or husband or anybody that's been affiliated with her with a penis and shit that has been romantically affiliated. I can't find nothing, but she does have a daughter. So we know that somebody was desperate enough to. We know she was looking at the headboard. Let's put it that way. She was in a certain position, facing that headboard. I really can't see anyone looking her in the eye doing it. I know how crass that sounds. I'm honestly tired of this female because she knows she's a fucking agent. We know she's a fucking agent. They're so stupid these days. They're just gonna keep shoving her down our throat and shit. They already used her hashtag #MeToo to create a fucking McCarthyism in our country. One of the things that's made our country a piece of shit is driven our country into the ground and shit. She's responsible for that. In part. I don't care that Alyssa Milano stole the hashtag and shit. Okay, I don't care about that. And then on top of it, she's so shitty. She's such a spineless wimp that she never admits that they created the Times Up or the Time, whatever the fuck they call this movement today. They created a disparate movement so that she wouldn't have any control over it or be the figurehead and shit. It had to be, a white woman's movement and shit. So they, instead of just sticking with Me Too, they had the timekeepers or gatekeeper or whatever the fuck you call it. And I saw her in an interview with Mark Lamont Hill, and he asked her about how she was perceived by the black community as a threat. What were her thoughts on it? And she, went to the usual bullshit. But she never denied not being a threat to straight black men. She never denied that and shit. And I believe that. I believe we have this is a single mother of one child. I've seen the child. Luckily, the child isn't as hideous as the mother, but she's passable and okay in polite society, but I wouldn't touch that shit with a 10-foot pole, just to be honest. Especially knowing who her mother is. I wouldn't touch her. It would behoove any Negro within a dick reach of this female to tuck that away, okay? Don't fuck with this, okay? Let her get a white man, okay? Please let her divest. Let her get a fucking white man, all right? We need her to divest. We don't need that shit over here, okay? All right? But Miss Burke is a threat and has been a threat to the community. In the same interview, once again, she brought up R. Kelly. The motherfucker's still in jail. He's going through court right now and shit for a bunch of crap. But, she says she's championing black women and shit. She never talks about the supposed over 100,000 black women that are missing or ghetto gaggers or any of that bullshit. She begrudgingly talks about Harvey Weinstein, and she got mad when questioned about it on Twitter and then said it's not her job to police white people or something like that. I'll post the Twitter. I'll post that entry that she there. She denied that, even though there's proof, there's screenshots of that shit. Did she not know who she was, that people would make screenshots of her bullshit tweets? Yeah, she looks the other way when it's not a black person, okay? But she's got R. Kelly name in her mouth. That motherfucker's he's going through court. He's going through trial and shit right now. She should be happy. I don't think he's gonna get out of this and shit, but she fails to bring up the parents of these girls, these supposed young girls, the parents who left their children around him if he is guilty. All right, if he's truly guilty, divinely guilty, the God upstairs knows he's guilty, then those fucking parents are guilty too, for leaving their children around them and all that bullshit. No checks and balances on their fucking daughters. That's why our ethnic community is so fucked up. There's no accountability. You goddamn females. There's no fucking accountability whatsoever and shit. It's up to everybody to do their part and shit. That's why you got like these young kids, start with the shitty millennials. You got these fucking young ass kids with no boundaries, man. It's like Lord of the fucking Flies and shit. They don't give a shit. Yeah, I took a jab. Lately I've been hearing a lot of millennials taking jabs at Generation X, which I'm a staunch member of. And they fail to realize, they just had some book knowledge that we got sandwiched in between the boomers and you motherfuckers, okay? All right, the boomers, they sold us out, and you motherfuckers is fucking up the shit. You're messing up the future, with your inattentive, all your bullshit, just being irresponsible, all up in your fucking phones, pushing this cancel culture and this other bullshit, okay? You're gonna take shots at Generation X, and here's a shot from the meat, okay? We're the meat in the fucking sandwich right now. And I ain't gonna lay down to take that shit, okay? This woman is a threat to our ethnic community, plain and simple. She's non-foundational, obviously a fucking agent, and she's despicable, and I doubt that she was sexually assaulted. I doubt it. I think she was a bitter bitch who got left because her head looks like a Nestle Crunch with a face on it. Alright? That's how I fucking feel and shit. That's what I think about her. She's dangerous and disgusting, okay? And she will never admit any wrongdoing. No matter what, if you drag her out by her fucking ankles and tie her to the back of a horse and hit that shit with a fucking broom, she will never admit that she is a fucking agent and a piece of shit.